everybody, my name is Rex Corcofalapatorius. Welcome back to another video. My name is Randall, and it's that time of year, Halloween. All dressed up as the doctor, as you could assume, and yeah. So, Halloween. It is my favorite holiday. Well, it depends. I always go back and forth. I always have said it's Halloween. And it's the one I care about the most. It's the one I think about the most. Up until, like before. Like, I'm thinking about Halloween all year. Thinking about what my costume is going to be, right? But Christmas is, like, it might be the most enjoyable, too. So, it's a hard choice between the two. But I always say Halloween's my favorite. And so, yeah. Here we are with a Halloween special. I am dressed up as the 12th Doctor from Doctor Who. Yeah, this video is going to be split into 3 segments. One of them, we are going to be reacting to those terrible Scary Story animated, like true Scary Story animateds on YouTube with my siblings who watch those all the time. And then the other ones will be pumpkin carving, of course, jack-o'-lantern. And then this, the last segment will be showing off all my Halloween costumes and seeing which one we're going to fight. But yeah, it's great Halloween. I'll try to include at the end maybe some footage of like trick-or-treating if I can, because I do want to get this video out on Halloween. And I don't know if we're going to be trick-or-treating, like, after midnight, so, yeah, but, with that, let's get into the first segment, reacting to true Scary Stories animated, and one that used to scare me really badly in the past. I'm usually never scared by things online, but it's one of the 2 things that's ever scared me, from YouTube, so, yeah. We'll go into that with Jellybean 2016, Teenage Mutant Ninja Leo. We got all my siblings together, Heidi as well. And yeah, let's go to that segment. Okay, so here we are. Wait. Okay, so this is our first thing to watch. We've got Heidi here, Jellybean 2016, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Leo. Tried to fit them all in frame. Sorry if they're not. So this first one is the recommendation from Sissy. It's called True My Brother Horror Story Animated. Are you ready? You ready to watch some videos? Yep. Okay, here we go.
My name is Lance. This story happened when I was 13.
Alright, here we go.
Came over to our house. Their names were Jack, George, Max, and Steven. They always liked to hang out in the living room, and usually when I was there watching TV before they came, my brother urged me to go to my room, which annoyed me a lot. I always liked snooping around my brother's room, since he had a lot of cool things in there.
Wait.
He'd always catch...
Wait a minute. Okay. First thing. Bro is CGI'd in. Why is that computer animated?
I know. But look, he has action figures and Legos. I'm a big fan of Legos.
Things in there. He'd always catch me later on and yell at me to get out of his room. One day I noticed that one of his friends, George, stopped coming over. I asked Carl about it, but he said they weren't friends anymore. I believed him and forgot about the situation. Then I started to realize that my brother told me not to enter his room at all. He sounded really serious, so I stopped snooping around in his room. His room began to smell really badly, and I asked him what that disgusting smell was.
What is it? Is it the body?
He said that it was
Looks like it was too scary for Heidi.
I got one person down.
Yep, looks like it was too scary for Wee Wee. Alright. We've lost one person. So far, not too scary, I would say. But I don't think we've gotten to the good parts yet. Okay.
Yep. One day my parents had gone out, and it was just me and my brother that were home. I was in my room playing on the PlayStation when my brother walked in and asked me if I wanted some pizza for dinner. I immediately said yes, because it's pizza. It's my favorite food. He nodded and then told me he was heading off to the pizza place. Before he closed the front door, he told me, "Please don't go in my room," and left. A few minutes passed and I got bored playing on my PlayStation, so I began snooping around in my brother's
just download
room.
Fortnite.
I know, I completely ignored my brother's rule.
Just download
Fortnite. Bro looks like a Teletubby? Bro's got the screen?
Annoying little brother that makes you want to just smack me. I started going through his drawers, but didn't find anything interesting. As I made my way near his bed, that familiar, disgusting smell began to come. I searched his bed to see where that source of the smell was. I then realized that the source was underneath his bed. I bent down and peeked underneath the bed and found a human-sized duffel bag. I began to panic because I thought that there was a body. And as I unzipped the duffel bag, I saw my brother's friend, George, dead. The smell was coming from George's body. I screamed and ran out of the house. I ran over to my neighbor's house and begged her to let me in. I explained to her what I just saw in my house, and she called the police. The police waited for my brother to come home, and when he did, he was immediately arrested. It turns out that George had stolen $200 from my brother, and this angered my brother and caused him to beat George to death. I didn't understand, though my brother was such a nice person, and I couldn't imagine him doing something like this. He was sentenced to life in prison, and I haven't seen him since.
So that was the one that you recommended.
Oh yeah, that just came out like 2 hours ago.
It's good too.
You think it's good? You think that was good?
Yeah.
I don't think it was scary. What did you guys rate it? I rated it like a 2 out
Mine's
of 10.
The Laughing Man is kind of better.
So yours is The Laughing Man?
Mine is like at least 1.8.
So yours is Laughing Man or
Yo, what is that?
story
Yo, what is that?
animated. Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah.
So this, is it this one?
Yes.
It's this top one?
Yeah.
Smiling Man.
We have a person in our company whom I call the Laughing Man. His name is Cooper, and whenever he sees me, he breaks into laughter. However, it's not just a cheerful laugh. It's as if he's laughing to death, struggling to hold back his laughter, but feeling uneasy. It was because he wasn't close to me, and we had never had a deep conversation. I discussed it with people around me, but strangely, they all said the same thing. Cooper? I've never seen him laugh even once. He's expressionless every day. Next time he laughs, take a picture. I want to see how he laughs. I was genuinely puzzled. Was he only laughing at me? Over time, I asked Cooper why he was only laughing when he saw me, but he closed his eyes and said, "I see you. The way you react is so funny." He swung his arms, as if swinging a baseball bat. I asked him what he saw, but he didn't say a word. It sent chills down my spine, but there was nothing I could do. After that, he was often caught secretly watching me from a distance, struggling to hold back his laughter, and I got angry with him, but he couldn't help but laugh more. But I discovered that he never laughed when he was with other people, only when he looked at me did he laugh brightly. It really gave me the creeps. Then one day, I was working late and alone in the office. When I tried to leave, Cooper was standing in front of me, holding a baseball bat. I shouted at him, asking what he was doing, but he just laughed without saying a word. He slowly approached me, struggling to breathe because he was laughing so hard. Then he swung the baseball bat at me.
Bro really swung the baseball bat. At that point, I would just leave.
I barely avoided it, but my arm was hit.
Bro.
The first time I saw him laughing, I would just call the cops.
Well, you shouldn't do that, but look, he swings the bat.
I'm not impressed.
He swings the bat and completely misses.
I'm not impressed.
The guy goes back, and the guy just comes back.
I'm not.
And just to get hit again, bro.
I'm not surprised.
At the first swing, I would just run away.
And then bro comes back again.
I'm not surprised. I broke my arm a bunch of times.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
Yes.
What? No,
I broke my arm.
Hit, and I groaned in pain. response, he laughed even harder. Seizing the opportunity, I kicked him.
Wait, bro, what?
Response, he laughed even harder. Seizing the opportunity.
Bro really
just went Sanji mode.
look at he's like in a fighting game. He's like, yo, square up.
Bro really just went Sanji mode.
He just went, ah.
Harlan?
And his name is Baba Booey.
Randall? He just went Sanji mode.
I don't know, kinda. And then bro just
Okay, unpause it. Unpause
and his name was
it. Stop.
and his
Move, bro.
Opportunity. I kicked him and ran away at full speed. He chased after me, but to catch me. I immediately reported it to the police, and Cooper was arrested.
Bro was
a while
arrested?
later, our company was turned upside down. It was revealed that Cooper had been arrested for murder. He had recently killed a neighbor and dumped the body.
Whoa.
It was also revealed that he had attempted to murder and assault other people. One person, who barely survived from him, testified to the police, saying, "He was always laughing, so I thought he was a good person. But in the end, when he hit me and burst into laughter, I realized that was the true meaning of his laughter." I was in complete shock. What was even more shocking was when a colleague who had been closest to Cooper in our company said this. "Cooper once told me he has a habit of laughing when he sees the people he wants to kill. He said he can't help but laugh because imagining killing that person..."
Also, what is this? Bro's like a Minecraft cube?
Bro just literally has that thin bone. It's literally separated from his whole neck.
Yeah.
Bro, why is Cooper's eyes, one of his eyes always closed, bro?
Yeah, that's so weird. Why is his eye always closed? Like,
Makes him feel so good. At that time, I thought it was just a
and
joke.
why was he like
I never
breaking
imagined
his
it could be
fingers?
real.
You can-
Thinking
Oh,
back
it's
now,
good, man.
it gives me chills to realize that I was close to him all this time.
Bro's tell y'all.
Fortunately, he never laughed at me. I'm really grateful. But I used to force jokes to make him laugh. It sends shivers down my spine to think about it now. After hearing his words, my heart sank. All those moments when he looked at me and laughed
The
came
caption
flooding back.
said, "My heart sank." Did you notice that?
That was definitely scary, guys. Not even
I'd
crazy.
say that exactly a 7.
Okay.
I rated it a 4. No, this is our final story. This is the one that scared me when I was younger. And you guys are going to be like, it's not scary, but this one. Pizza delivery. So this one is the one I remember from when I was younger. This one scared me. And it's going to be weird to watch it again after all these years because I don't remember it.
Unpause it.
I mean, I do. I remember it, but I haven't seen it in so long. So come in.
This one scares me too.
This is the one I remember being
This
scary.
is
So let's see if
really
it still holds
scary.
up. All right.
This is a scary one.
Pizza delivery stories. Horror story story.
I was out doing a
Well, this one's
delivery one
animated
late
really
night.
different.
It was probably
It's
the
by
longest
Mama Arts,
drive I
not
have
Monty
ever
and
taken
Jamie.
for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live.
Mario's
Plus,
pizza.
they ordered 4 large
Rose and Mario.
pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though.
I'm gonna watch
I
more.
pulled up to be
scary
given a
stories
dress.
by him. He's really good.
Bro, wait. Bro, what was... Bro is like 8 times the size of his car.
Wait, bro.
Where is his legs? This is how he
This
sits?
pizza's getting burnt, bro.
The fire.
Like that means his knees would have to be here.
Yeah, bro's sitting like this. Bro's...
It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest
Cars
clearing.
weird as well.
There were no cars parked anywhere or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out.
Huh.
I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out.
I've never heard that word.
He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4. I was insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building. There was no doorbell, so I just knocked really hard.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
No.
I heard nothing and didn't really expect to hear anything.
Wait, knock, knock.
I was
Bro, who's
extremely
there?
disappointed.
A bathtub.
Not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas.
It's from
Bro,
a book.
no,
It's from a book.
What book is that? That is such a bad one.
Knock, knock.
Yeah, who's there?
Legs.
Legs who?
Chicken legs.
Bro, what is going on? Bro, comment below if you guys have a better one than them.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bathtub.
Bro!
Stop.
Knock,
What is bro broing?
Please do
Knock.
it.
What is bro? What are these?
Wait, please say.
Bro, I'm just kidding.
Knock.
I'm just kidding.
I
Knock,
knocked
knock.
one more time out
Oh,
of
who is
desperation.
Who cares?
And then
Who is
began to
there?
hear some kind of rustling
Oh, yeah.
noises from
Also
inside of the
subscribe to me.
building.
And check out my newest video
Oh
if
my
you like the Ninja
Knock,
Turtles.
knock.
Bro!
I
Who
knocked
is
again
there?
and yelled that I was the pizza guy.
Bro's the
There was
pizza guy.
silence now. I felt a bit more uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around,
It's so
I
odd.
noticed something at the window.
Like, I remember this,
It
but
was
it's like,
someone
remember.
looking through the window.
Yep.
I couldn't tell if
Oh
it
my
was
gosh,
a
those
man or
eyes.
a woman. All I
sure you
noticed
remember
were
that.
their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently at me. I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas
remember?
and ran back to my car.
Okay, at the end we
The
should
shitty
probably
thing wouldn't
tell
start until turning the key
the
for the
scary
third
story
time.
that we had when we went
I
ghost
drove
hunting
off the
at
grass
the
and back onto the
apartments.
dirt
And you
road.
saw
Bro!
that tall blue
bro,
guy
bro,
behind me.
look. Bro's really
Eyes are
looking.
still there.
Bro,
At the end,
looking
we
at his hair.
At the end, we should really tell the story of.
I don't remember. You
literally-
gotta tell it. You gotta tell it.
Okay, so
Bro, we can all tell our own scary stories.
Road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside. There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive. The car came to a stop. I got out of the
one
car
time
to check
I
what the
got
hell was wrong.
arrested at school.
A chill ran up my spine as I began to
Because
feel like my heart was constantly skipping
scratched the
beats.
chalkboard.
My tires had been
We're gonna
slashed
rest. It's cool.
and had completely fallen off the rim. Not just the front though. All four tires were slashed. I
How
realized
the odd what?
somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building. Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the door. I was so close to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator. She told me the cops would be over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived. My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me. It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window.
Bro's Henry Stickmin? What are with his legs? His hands don't even go to his legs. That's
Hey, it's
weird
in the
people.
rear view mirror. They're supposed to make a stickman.
What?
In the rear view mirror.
Let's go.
Eyes open wider than ever. I could see now that it was a woman, and I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her face.
It's the one I
I
remember.
opened my door
I
and full
remember
sprinted
that.
into the woods, not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand as I waited and waited for what felt like hours. until I finally heard sirens in the distance.
Bro, it's such a relief.
I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them.
Look, he has a small bald spot there.
Like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the two cars drove over to the building, and the two officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires.
Bro's gone.
The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at a local grocery store.
This scene, bro.
Yeah, this is the one that always scared me.
At the back of my car.
Same.
Okay, now let's tell our scare story.
Bro's there.
No.
So this is what scared me. It was this. So you guys each tell one?
I don't think that was that scary, but it was scarier than the other one. That was actually a 1,000,000,001 out of 10. No, why is there Pac-Man in the background? I would rate it a 7 out of 10. I'm only gonna watch this side because the animation style. Scary music. Alright. Well, yeah. So, it all started when I was like, I don't know, 4, 5. And me and this guy. And both of these, no, not you. No. I will be telling 2 stories. Nah. Oh, why? We just got one to tell. Should I tell one about some ghosts or one about a werewolf? Whichever one's scarier. I think ghosts. But anyways, this is a true story. But it would be. If one could turn up the speed, that would be crazy. But this one is really true. And the werewolf would be if I did it. So, it all started when I was like 4 with this guy. And we went monster hunting in our old house, the apartments. And when we did that, it was only me and him. There used to be this factory by the apartments. It was like some sort of tire place, right? Yes. And I always had a trash can outside, so I thought that someone lived by it. But that night, we went out. We were looking at the giant backyard we had. Oh, I stick my face. But there was nothing there. It was really weird. But when I looked at the factory, all the lights were on. The trash can was still there. There was a seat and a shadow man sitting on it. What the heck is a shadow man? I had nothing to do. I just froze for 10 seconds. But when he turned his head in my direction, I got Randall and we left. And after we left, when we went inside, you might remember this, but you said that you saw a tall, skinny, blue humanoid thing following behind me. Do you remember this? I remember telling you that. It wasn't true. I remember telling you it. My scary story is one time I was sleeping over at my next door neighbor's house right across the street. And
That's scary. Alright, that's good.
it was in the middle of the night.
Wait a second. I know this story. You're trying to just rip it off. And how that She's copying.
No.
No, I just woke
I'm
up.
covering his mouth.
Out of nothing. I was a little thirsty, but when I looked at, there was a clear glass door and there was no curtains at that time, but now there is. That when I looked over, I saw a tall humanoid thing. It was black
second. I was here. Can I tell my side of the story?
No.
Oh, darn. Bye and subscribe.
Okay, so here's my story. I'm trying to make it like a scary story I made. One day, I was in my house and my mom said,
Like Superman.
"Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. I'm gonna leave you home alone." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be home alone." So I'm in my bed. I'm home alone. I hear the door open.
This is scary enough.
I hear the door open and then calls and footsteps. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" So I run out there and look. I went to look. I see a man. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, there's a man in my house." He's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a boy in the house I'm trying to break into." And then he shoots me and I die. And then I actually didn't. And then he was never found.
Anyways, subscribe to me if so and see my newest video if you like.
Bro's promoting.
My newest video is about the Ninja Turtles.
Bro, all your videos are about the Ninja Turtles.
If you're asking why my lips are so red, it's just natural causes.
Bro, what is bro broing on about? Go to the next segment. 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 We're watching Night Before Christmas, and I'm gonna make the first incision of my pumpkin carving. We're gonna carve out the top. Alright. We're carving this. We'll catch you when it's hollowed out.
Down and
up. Carved out. We're gonna carve in the inside. We gotta take all this stuff out, and then we put this back on. We got a candle in. We got a pumpkin. For that would be better. Sunday. We're carving it out. We gotta get all this stuff out. Where should I put it? Just on the table? Alright, so we're gonna make this into something for the channel. It's gonna be cool. Yo, he should go into the other door. Go into the Earth Day door. We got the inside of it and everything ready. We're gonna Sharpie it on and then carve it out. And it's gonna be cool. Also, Halloween. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Alright. No, wait, it's the guy from Fortnite. He's got his pickaxe. It's the guy from Fortnite. Bro's got the pickaxe from Fortnite. Yo, we've got it all Sharpied out. You could probably tell what it is if you are a real fan of the channel. But, we're going to carve this out, get the finished product, put the candle in. We'll see you over there.
Oh my god, it's MrRandalTea, and he's carving a MrRandalTea pumpkin. And there's a Mr. Onion Tea.
Oh my gosh, the Onion channel. You guys gotta subscribe to MrRandalTea. When are you gonna make a channel?
I'm not going to.
Oh. Hey, I have an idea. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I have a little bit of an idea.
You're doing Jackson.
Yo, it's gonna look cool. I'm excited to see how this turns out. You making one? What are you making?
Spooky Ghost.
And you're making Jack Skellington. Oh my gosh, look. The TARDIS. I'm the doctor. I gotta go. Get this mouth out of here. So you get this out.
I can't believe that's Moira.
Is that the emote from Fortnite? Trying to get these out. Okay, that part's out. Let me get this part. Okay, I've been refining it, and here's what we've got. I'll cut out this part, and then we're gonna be done. All right, we got this cut out. I messed up a little bit, so it only works when this part's on. But yeah, now we got to add some more stuff. Just get this all cool.
His legs, so.
This is so cool. This is like bad.
Courtney,
That's actually cool.
Courtney, look at the bottom.
He floats. Bro, that's cool.
Okay,
Stab on.
Okay, there you go.
Alright, we're gonna try and stab on this hair to the pumpkin. Putting this wooden stake in. It's hard to get in. But try and get that in there. Alright, there we go. And then this piece. And put it on there.
Not anymore. I feel so much better now.
Boom. Huh. Put the pumpkin. We got the pumpkins out in the dark. Oh. Yo. The ghost. Yo. Do you leave it open like that? Do you have to?
What do you mean leave it open? You look so spooky. I'm so sad I messed up the bottom.
You didn't.
I did. It's gonna curl funny.
Alright, let's see how this turned out. My pumpkin.
Oop. How does this go? There we go.
The MrRandal Pumpkin.
Alright, let's get them over.
MrRandal Pumpkin. You got the star eyes like my glasses. Yo.
I do. I brought lights for everybody.
MrRandal Pumpkin, Ghost Pumpkin, which is better in the comments below. And then this pumpkin. Put the light in. Oh, you can see it in real life, but on the camera it doesn't show up.
Yeah, he's a little light.
It's like shaved. You can see it.
I have a good low light camera.
Just put the flash on.
No, don't watch out. Do your thing. Do your thing.
I think it turned out perfect. A little wonky.
Put the pumpkins.
Right.
So these are pumpkins. The full full pumpkin finished, as well as the other two that we're gonna be covering. Are gonna be shown in this week's week interview. But yeah, these are the pumpkins that we covered, and they turned out very well. On to the next segment. Okay, welcome to the next segment, our final segment, and this is what I like to call the grid. This is a grid of all of my past Halloween costumes with photos of them and what they were. And as you can see, I liked to do more than one costume a year. I would do one at school, one at home, or one at these like Halloween parties that we would do every Halloween. And yeah, we can just go through this because it's cool that we have a photo of all these costumes that I've been from year 1 to year 13. So here we have me as a tiger. That was my very first year, and then I was a blue dog, but I was really Blue's Clues, right? And then next one, I was a fireman. And then the same night, I was also Buzz Lightyear, which that costume I wore in the future as well. So it was these two, is the first two one. This one, I was literally outer space. Just the entire of outer space. I really assessed the outer space. I thought it was really cool. I tried to add Pluto on there, so it's all the planets, the sun, and some stars. I chose Slappy from Goosebumps because the Goosebumps movie had came out. And the next year I was Sans from Undertale because it's a cool costume. Same with next year I was Red from Let's Go Eevee because I believe that was the year that Let's Go Eevee came out. And so I was Red and my friend was Charizard. And then next year I was an odd one. I wanted to be two things. And so I decided to combine them. I was Olaf, Count Olaf from Series of Unfortunate Events. But he likes to disguise himself. And so I also wanted to be Deku. So I was Count Olaf disguised as Deku. And that's what I was this year. A little odd costume, but it was creative, I guess. Next year, my main was Jedi. But at school, I was a Hufflepuff from Harry Potter. Year after that, I was Spectre Knight from Shovel Knight. And that was a cool costume. I still have the scythe up there. Next up, I was a Mondasian Cyberman from Doctor Who. And at school, I was Flame, which is a character that I've made up for a series that I've been making for since I was 5. So like I've been making that since I've been Slappy. Bro, what is Siri doing? Since I've been Slappy, I've been making that series, and I finally went as them because in the series they switched between being age 5 and age 12. So when I was 12, I decided to be them. And then next year I was Fredbear. I just want to talk about this. We couldn't find a photo of it. We might have a photo, but we couldn't find one for the grid. Next year I was Fredbear. Of course, Fredbear. One of my best costumes. I wore that head to the movie premiere when I went to the early showing on my video, which you can go check out. And I think it turned out really, really good. Of course, the first animatronic, my favorite animatronic. And then this year, I am the 12th Doctor. My first time repeating an existing, like, an IP that I've been
I didn't get
before.
that. Could you try again?
There goes Siri, bro. Bro, stop.
Sorry.
Bro, go away. Okay. My first year being an IP that I've already been, I was the Cyberman. Now I am the 12th Doctor. My whole family is being doctors and TARDISes and stuff. And then for school, we do like a run in our costume. I didn't want to wear this big jacket during the run, so we found a tie that will match my hair because I'm gonna dye my hair gray. So I'm Ross Fetterman from Tally Hall, who he's not the best member, by far. I like red the most, but it'll match my hair. It's the tie that we found, so I'll be him during the run. And that's the grid of all the costumes that I've had. And now I want to see something. So if we just do this and do this, we're gonna see who's gonna fight between all my costumes if they all fought. And so here's how it'd kind of start, because we'd have to start with the less powerful ones and go into the more powerful ones. So it'd start off with like Blue's Clues and like Buzz Lightyear, like the toy with the dog, and the dog would probably beat Buzz Lightyear, but at the last moment he'd fly away. So Buzz Lightyear's over here. Ross jumps down and they're fighting. And then Count Olaf shows up and kills Ross and kills Blue. And he's like, I win. But then Slappy comes down and is able to defeat Count Olaf. And so Buzz Lightyear sees this as his chance and is like, alright, toy v toy, who wins? Boom. They're fighting. It's a really close battle, but I do think Buzz Lightyear comes out on top here. But then here comes a fireman. And just, you know, he just defeats Buzz Lightyear. Like, that's not even a question. He kills Buzz Lightyear. But then a tiger shows up. These two are both real. This is a real thing, so makes sense. And I think the fireman does defeat the tiger as well. So the fireman reigns supreme. And who comes to fight them? A wizard. And the wizard, Avada Kedavra, one shot, boom, easy. And the wizard, wizard me, the Hufflepuff, is like, yeah, I won. Or. Here comes Fredbear with his ghostly form. It's a really hard battle, but then suddenly Sans shows up from behind and defeats Fredbear. And so now it's Sans versus Wizard. And again, it's a really close battle. But then Red comes down, unleashes his Charizard, and kills the Wizard. But then Sans kills Red and his Pokemon. And so now Sans is at the most powerful form. He's got his Gaster Blasters and everything. He can take on anyone. Spectre Knight comes down, and they're fighting, and it's a really close battle, and neither of them seem to be able to beat the other one. But then here comes Deku. And Deku, he defeats Spectre Knight from above as a surprise attack. And then defeats Sans finally. But actually Spectre Knight is he's still alive. And that was actually him faking it. And he comes back more powerful than ever with his second form. And they are fighting. But Spectre Knight in the end is able to defeat Deku. And so Deku is down. But then he gets an anime moment and actually does defeat Spectre Knight. And so Spectre Knight is defeated and Deku is going to win. But then here comes the Jedi. And the Jedi is fighting Deku. And it's a really close battle. But Deku defeats the Jedi too. Even though he had the Force. Because he is an anime character. And so who's left? But Flame, the other anime character. And who comes between these? Well, Flame, in his most powerful form, which he goes to, he's better. He 100% just like one-shots Deku. And so Flame wins. Until literally the solar system itself comes crashing into this arena. All of it, everything. And he actually defeats it. But he's not a full costume, so we do have to delete him. He can't win the battle. I've decided he cannot win. Also, he is the sun anyway. At the end, he becomes the sun. So, yeah, how about this? He actually is still there. And he absorbs the sun and uses a giant blast. But that kills him and makes him the sun. So now they've merged. And he is the solar system. But you want to know who invades the solar system? The Cybermen. And they invade the system. Defeating it and invading it. But there is one person that can traverse solar systems and has defeated the Cybermen in the past. And the Doctor. Defeating the Cybermen and defeating the solar system is our winner. I mean, it's the one I'm dressed up as, but it's not biased. I do think that the Doctor would win. It'd either be the Doctor or Flame. It'd be one of those two. But I think the Doctor can outsmart them. And I think that the Doctor will win. So the Doctor does win this battle between all my costumes. I don't think there's anyone who could defeat him. Theoretically, just because, like, I feel like he's like Batman and Scrooge McDuck, where, like, they're smart enough where technically they can defeat anyone with just being like, oh, they're Batman, they're the Doctor. They just win. So, I do think the Doctor wins this fight, and that is who would win between my costumes. Well, I hope you guys did all enjoy this Halloween special. We did a lot. It was fun to record. Been working on this for a while. Been working on ideas. Been getting this up. And yeah, I think it's time to go trick or treating. We'll see what we get. Maybe I'll save uploading this and I'll put in what I got from trick or treating or something. Maybe. But yeah, with that, see you guys all in the next video tomorrow, of course. And I hope you guys all enjoy this Halloween special. With that, goodbye.